Not too much on my boy, okay? I'm allowed to hate on Dane, and so is every other reader, but not his own father. Like, he needs to chill. She's a bad bee, you know? Like, she knows. She's aware. And she's not playing. She's not messing around. Jeez. The bond goes dark. Like, that is something I never want to see again. Too many theories, too many things going on in my brain. I just need answers. I feel like crying, but like, I'm not sad. I'm just so overwhelmed. It is time for the reread of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame in preparation for Onyx Storm coming out in literally 1 week. I did put this off to the last minute to reread both of these a week before the Onyx Storm comes out, but we're gonna do it. There is gonna be spoilers for Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm. I'm gonna wait to post this until like at least a week after Onyx Storm has come out, so hopefully all of you have read it or can come back to this video once you've read them. Let's get situated. I'm gonna put Iron Flame back over here because we're not ready for her yet. And then I decided, it took me a while to decide which copy of Fourth Wing I was gonna read because I have 4, with counting this one I have 4 copies, but I decided to just go with my original OG copy, but I'll probably go back and forth between the Kindle and the hardcover because it's a hardcover. This was crazy. I haven't reread Fourth Wing since it came out, since I read it the first time. I never reread it, and I don't know why. I should reread it every year because I love it that much. I just finished chapter 1. I'm on chapter 2 now, and I have some thoughts. First of all, I forgot how annoying Violet's mom is. But the rain kills me because her magic or signet or whatever is weather. And like, that's something I did not click for a while until I started like seeing theories on TikTok or when like Iron Flame came out, I think. And now reading that, I'm like, the rain literally starts pouring right before Violet is about to go on the parapet, whatever. Why? Like, her mom could have stopped it, right? That's what I don't get. And then poor Dylan. I forgot about poor little Dylan. Yeah. That was sad. That's when when I first read this book, I was like, oh, it's serious. Like, it's serious, you know? What else? Mira, love her. Love her. She's so sweet. The best sister. And then her being like, find Dane. Ugh. I'm not ready for Dane. I don't. Not ready for that. But I am ready for more of Xaden. I'm gonna keep reading. I've moved locations, but I'm now on chapter 3. I was reading a little bit on my Kindle, so I'm like midway through chapter 3, I think. I have some additional thoughts. I've been pondering the whole why would Violet's mom make it rain and storm, especially like right before she's going on. I have thoughts. One, I think maybe she's just like emotional and can't control her power, and that's why it rains, because she's like so nervous for Violet. Or I don't know. Actually, that's my only theory. I don't know. I feel like either she had nothing to do with it or it's because she's emotional. But also, like, why would it be in the book if it was like she had nothing to do with it? You know what I mean? So that's my theory. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you have any theories, let me know because I'm obsessed with reading them and knowing about them. But then we met dear old Jack Barlow, who I forget. Like, I forgot she met him so early. Like, literally, he's like one of the first people she meets besides like Rhiannon and Dylan. Jack Barlow. Like, I was reading this chapter and I was like, I forgot that there's a point where, like, they are fighting. Like, he like tries to push her off he tries to like catch up to her on the parapet and like kill her before she even like becomes a cadet. And right when she jumps off, he's still technically on it, not a cadet yet. And the guy's like, well, what is it gonna be, Violet? Like, you could just kill him now, or he can step on to the grounds and become a cadet, and then you like can't kill each other right now. If she had just been like, half her problems would be solved. We'll get into that later as we see Jack Barlow become more and more of a terrible human. Okay, let's continue. I'm gonna look up a ambiance video. I've seen like some on TikTok that look really good for Fourth Wing, so we're gonna find one and read some more. I'm at the scene where Violet is in a tree trying to get like berries for her poison stuff for her to like be able to beat her opponents, which is still hilarious to me. Since we know what we know, like Xaden has to know she's there, correct? And she goes, slowly, carefully, quietly, I move out of the patchy moonlight to the next branch over, cloaking myself in shadow. And we know Xaden's signet is shadow wielding or whatever. So does he like hide her? He protects her. I'm at the part where they are rehearsing for the gauntlet and practicing for it, and it just reminds me of the first time I read Fourth Wing, and I was literally imagining Wipeout as the gauntlet, but like a deathlier version. Like the balls, like I was literally imagining Wipeout, and it reminds me also of like those TikToks I saw about it, and it's like what I imagined the gauntlet to be versus what it actually is. That was me. But reading it this time, I'm like imagining more of the realistic side, but also like kind of reminds me a little bit of American Ninja Warrior as well. So it's just so funny to me. Okay, let's keep reading. I have a bad headache, but I must prevail. Oh, also, I love Riddick. I love him. Something about the sarcastic male best friend is always gonna do it for me. I love him. Obviously, I love Xaden more. Can we talk about the fact that Xaden was going to break the rules for Violet at Threshing and literally save her if Tarn hadn't shown up? And where's Dane? Where is he? Doing nothing, as usual. I love all of Threshing though, and like that whole scene, I love it. I decided to switch up my environment and come read in here today. I'm on chapter 18, 40%, and I wanted to talk about the fact that when Dane kissed her, she didn't like it. She immediately was like, no. And does Dane know that she doesn't like it because he touched her and saw her memory? Or did he not see that memory? I don't know. Because then the next day he's like, oh, we need to talk about the kiss. And then he's like, I can't be with you because I'm your superior or whatever. And like, I need to follow the rules. Or does he actually know she doesn't like him? Oh, I don't know. But I'm so glad we have Tarn now. And I love when he talks to Violet in her mind. And he's like so sarcastic. I love it. Okay, let's get back into it. I need to hurry up because today is Friday and Onyx Storm comes out on Tuesday. So I only have a few more days and I'm still on Iron Flame. I mean, Fourth Wing. I'm still in Fourth Wing, so we need to hurry up. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. One of the best scenes is about to happen. Buckle up, guys. Oh my gosh. And Darna, the queen you are. As if you like already don't dislike Dane to a point at this point, but then when he doesn't believe her about Amber being the one to like execute her execution or whatever, like being the one to like unlock her door and like get the unbonded people to try to kill Violet in her sleep, he doesn't believe her. He not only doesn't believe in her, but he never believes her. You know who does believe in her and believes her every time? Xaden. Xaden just believed her at her word. That's all he needed. Dane tries to read her memories in order to believe her. Hello. Rude. Rude. Liam. Can we talk about Liam? I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. He's just now been appointed her bodyguard or whatever by Xaden. I'm not ready for it. I'm about like 75%. I really need to kick it into gear because it's Sunday and I have 2 days left and I still have to read Iron Flame, so I need to really kick it into gear. But I'm having a great grand old time reading this book. Loving it, of course, just like last time. I think I might be loving it more than the first time I read it. I don't know. That's hard to say. It's hard to say because like now I know things, and so it's like I notice different things than when I first read it. But when I first read it, I was like so oblivious to the plot and just like everything that happened, so I was just shook after shook, and I was just so enthralled. I still am, but it's like different when you don't know what to expect, you know? So I'm in love, so I'm gonna keep reading. Is it gonna focus? I'm about 90% now, and the betrayal, no, not the betrayal, the betrayal that Violet must feel, not only because Xaden has lied to her, or lied by omission, and her dragons did it too, and then to also find out in the same breath that Dane had been stealing her memories and like going behind her back. Like, that's double homicide right there. Like, that is so rude, and I can't even imagine what she's feeling right now. And then she has to go and play the war games, but psych, they're actually not war games. They're actually going to be bombarded, and their assignment is to say your mission is to survive if you can, and they've been sent there to die. Like, all of that, and within like 10 minutes, I just can't imagine that. And like, I know what's coming, and I really don't want to read it again. I know what's coming. My Shayla. So that's where I'm at right now. Okay, wish me luck with these next few chapters. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I can't. Oh my god. I'm like laughing, crying, because like I can't. Not that it's been my honor, like that gets me every time. Like the first time I read this scene, bawling my eyes out. This time I'm just like tearing up because like I knew it was coming. But like Liam is so wholesome and sweet and perfect. Like, and of course like his last words to Violet are for her to like watch over his sister and like be there for Xaden and like forgive Xaden, and then his very last words are, "It's been my honor." Are you kidding? And Xaden being so sad is just too much. And Xaden, I'm not laughing. I'm just like laughing, crying, because that's just how I deal with things. And Xaden's taking him to see his dragon, and he carries him like. I finished. It's time. Graphic audio time.
Graphic audio. A movie in your mind. Graphic audio presents the Empyrean Book 2, Iron Flame.
12 hours for part 1.
The following text has been faithfully
Hold on, I need to speed up the sound.
transcribed from Navarian into the modern language by Justinian Neilward, curator of the scribe.
There's so much going on in my ears. Okay, I'll come back with updates. I'm so glad that Violet hates Dane this book. It's so funny, like like finally you're saying what I've been thinking this whole time. Like, don't touch me and don't even look at me and don't even talk to me. Finally. This book like gives me anxiety because like I know what's coming, but at least like I know the ending. But when I first read Iron Flame, like I was so stressed the entire time. Like this book is just stress inducing and just kind of annoying because of like the complications and conflicts between Violet and Xaden. I'm just like, okay, make up and make out. It's not that hard. I will say this audiobook is interesting. At first I was a little bit overstimulated with like all the sound effects and like music and all this stuff, but now I'm like kind of used to it and I do really like it. It feels just like a movie in my mind. It's crazy. She's gorgeous, beautiful, perfect. Happy Onyx Storm release day. By the time I'm watching this, it is not the release day anymore. I'm still not done with Iron Flame. This book is thick. I forgot how long this book is and how like slow it kind of is. Even with listening to the graphic audiobook, it's still taking me forever. I'm still on part 1. I need to finish it so I can go right into this bad boy because I really want to know what's in there. Really bad. I don't know. Every inch of me, every part of me is like, just DNF it and read Onyx Storm because like you know what happens, but like I really do need the refresher. Like I don't remember a lot about the Sage and like a lot of what happens. The chapter I just listened to, guess who's back? And we're not happy about it. You guys know. Jack Barlow. Oh, it makes me so mad that he's back, but like I get it. We need a villain and like it made sense in a way for like everything else that happens, but like when I first read that I was pissed, you know. I'm scared about the intimate scenes coming. I might have to skip. Like, I don't think I can listen to it on the graphic audio. I really don't think I can. There was some kissing earlier and I had to skip that. Like, the sounds. It's so weird. It's so weird. So, I don't know. I'll hopefully be skipping those scenes later because, like, I've already read them and I'll just read them later if I want. But I will be skipping them on the audiobook. Definitely. Alright, let's go listen so I can finish real quick. Update. I finished part 1 of Iron Flame. Now I'm on to part 2, which is 9 hours. So at 2 times speed, it's about 4.5 hours. I don't know. So I'm hoping to finish it today. And I'm just going to leave my headphones on and not take them off. It's about to get real though. The thing is about to hit the fan, if you know, you know. And it's about to get crazy. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I'm ready for some, like, action. Yeah. Liam. The scene with Liam when Violet's getting tortured and Liam's there. Like, I'm so confused on that. Like, some people think that's, like, her second signet is, like, her being able to, like, see the dead or something. But, like, I don't think that's it because she's, like, under the signet serum. Like, whatever that is. Like, that dulls her signet and dulls her connection to her dragons and Xaden. So, like, I don't think that could be it. Because how could she develop a signet, especially, like, right away so strong with Liam, if she's under that serum, you know what I mean? So I don't think that's it. I think she's just, like, really strong in her mind. Like, she's just crazy mindful. You know how she, like, puts her pain in a box? Like, that's really impressive. So I think, like, being able to literally visualize someone to help you through something very difficult is, like, literally just, like, her trauma is, like, it's, like, her way of her brain, like, literally making her get through this traumatic time. Like, I don't feel like it's that unbelievable to, like, think that she, like, totally made that up in order to literally survive. I think she had to. But I don't know, like, I still don't know what her second signet is. I swear if we don't get an Onyx Storm, I'm going to, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to, like, look for signs. Apparently, Rebecca has said it's, like, obvious throughout the books, and maybe I'm just stupid because I don't know, but I'm going to pay really close attention to the second half and see if I notice anything. I'm gonna go listen to the second half. I know we're, like, kind of supposed to hate Dane, and, like, I do, and I don't like him, and I didn't like him ever in Fourth Wing. However, I forgot he, like, kind of has, like, a redemption arc in a way in Iron Flame. Like, he's actually helpful. And I'm just like, I don't know. How do we feel about him? What are your guys' opinions? Because, like, I still don't know. Like, part of me wants to hate him forever, but, like, I know that he's just, like, a young adult figuring out life. Like, his father is, like, literally a terrible person. Like, he doesn't know who to trust, and, like, he was just following his dad's orders basically in Fourth Wing. So it's like, I can't be too mad at him. He didn't know better, and now that he does know better, like, he is helping Violet. I feel like I'll, like, start to forgive him, and then he's just gonna be, like, stupid again. So it's like, I don't know. Okay, those are my thoughts. Anyways, I have about 6 hours left. I don't know if this is right. I don't think it's tracking my reading. I'll have to see. That means I have, like, 3 hours left. Let's keep reading. I feel like a little iPad kid because I've just been playing iPad games. I finished Iron Flame. Oh my goodness, this was a ride. I actually think I enjoyed the reread a little bit more just because I was expecting so much in Iron Flame when I first read it, and I was a little bit bored and disappointed the first time I read it. It took me a very long time to read this book. With the audiobook, like, the graphic audiobook was cool in and of itself, and then just listening to the audiobook made it go by faster, and I think I just enjoyed it a little bit more than my original read. I also, like, understood it a lot more the first time. I was just kind of confused on certain things. You learned so much in this book. It's so much history and, like, new magic systems and stuff that you're learning, so it's just, like, a lot the first time. I'm very glad I reread it, especially before Onyx Storm, because I feel like I would have been very confused. And also just, like, that little truth bomb of Xaden's second signet of being an intrinsic. Hello? That, like, totally shook me the first time I read it, and, like, still has me. And there are signs. Like, there's so many signs, not only in this, but even in Fourth Wing. Especially, I feel like, in Fourth Wing. Of him, like, knowing that Violet wasn't going to tell on him, and just, like, knowing who to trust, and, like, being like, no, Violet. Like, when she's like, I would know if Dane read my memories, and he's like, no, Violet, you wouldn't trust me. It was all there. I never said what I rated Fourth Wing or Iron Flame, but it's literally just 5 stars for Fourth Wing, which is my original rating, and then this is still going to stay a 4-star, which was also my original rating. So I feel like that makes sense. I did like this more, like, the reread, but I don't think it's close to Fourth Wing. Like, Fourth Wing's 5-star, 6-star book. This book was still good, but not on that level. So I'm interested to see what Onyx Storm is. Can y'all hear, like, that buzzing noise? Like, I swear my AC is just, like, or I guess my heater. I don't know how to fix it, so please ignore. It is time, you guys, for me to finally, I'm, like, acting like this is a monumental moment, but, like, it is to me, okay? I've been waiting over a year for this. It is time to finally read Onyx Storm. I finished my Fourth Wing and Iron Flame rereads. I got it all up in here. I even watched recap videos to make sure that I understood everything that happened in those two books. That way I can move on and understand this book, because I feel like so much happened in Iron Flame that, like, I needed especially that refresher. So I'm glad that I did that, and I'm sure I'll be even more glad once I'm actually into Onyx Storm, and, like, I'm like, thank God I did a reread. I'm guessing that's how I'll be. I got my Fourth Wing shirt on and everything. I'm ready. I'm locked in. I'm ready for Onyx Storm. So I do want to say a few theories before I jump in, because I just feel like it'll be fun to see if I'm right. Theory number one. Oh my God. That just actually gave me a heart attack.
I didn't get that. Could you
Siri,
try again?
chill. I said theory. Theory number one. I think and I pray and I hope that we find out Violet's second signet in this book. I feel like we have to. And I think I landed on my final theory, being that she can see glimpses of the future through her dreams, because in Iron Flame we see her having these nightmares, and then it basically happens exactly as it does in her nightmares, like when she fights the Venom and the Wyvern in the battle at Bag's Gaiath. So I feel like she can see the future, and I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but I think that's my final prediction. Theory number two, I feel like, I don't know, I went back and forth on this. I don't know if someone's going to, originally I did think someone we loved was going to die in this book, but now that I've seen kind of like the interviews of Rebecca at the release party, she was saying that someone we love won't make it to book 4, or either that they don't survive book 4. So I feel like no one dies in this book, unless I, like, misinterpreted that and she means someone we love dies in this book. I don't know. Theory 3. I feel like we're gonna figure out more about Indarna, and it's not really a theory, I guess. Now I'm just into, like, hopefuls, because I think, like, we have to learn more about her, especially now that she's a little bit older, and half of Iron Flame she was sleeping. I feel like this is the time that we learn more about her, and, like, why she chose Violet and why she's so special, and that will go along with, like, Violet's second signet as well. Oh, that's another theory. I hope we figure out why half of her hair is silver, and I think it has to do with Venom, because I believe once she got stabbed by the poison blade by one of the Venom, she was left with, like, a silver scar. And then my last theory is that we figure out more about Xaden's mom. I really don't know if she's even alive or not. I really don't remember, like, catching anything about it in my rereads, but I could have missed it. So I think we'll learn more about that. And then there's also still a few people that we don't know the signets for. I think, like, Garrett, we don't know his signet, and I feel like there was someone else I noticed that we didn't know their signet yet, so we'll figure out those as well as my last theory. Okay, I've been yapping enough about starting this book. I feel like it's time to finally start it, and I will be starting with the physical copy, probably for one chapter, and then go into the Kindle. I need to download it. I still have Fourth Wing on here because my arms are tired and it's, like, night, so I'll probably stay up late reading this, but I will give you my updates and thoughts. Again, really quickly, this is going to contain spoilers, so please don't watch this if you haven't read Onyx Storm yet. Please go read it and come back and watch this video. Oh, thank God for this. I need that. Thank goodness we have this page, because I need this. Like, I was just thinking that they needed this in Iron Flame. There's too many people, and Fourth Wing, honestly. Also, Imogen's signet, like, hasn't come into play yet, but I feel like it's gonna be important. Like, memory erasing, that's pretty big. I feel like that has to come into importance soon. Well, that was quick. We didn't even get, like, 5 minutes of peace. We're already fighting Venom, so let's hope for the best. What? Stay with me. So I'm on chapter 2. They're fighting the Venom. They're trying to get to Jack Barlow because they think that's where the Venom are going to retrieve him. And she sees a girl there, and this says, her long silver braid swings free of her hood as her attention whips in our direction, and her eerie red gaze jumps to mine and widens slightly under a faded tattoo on her forehead. My blood chills when a smirk tilts her mouth, distorting the red veins at her temples, and then she disappears. Excuse me? What does that mean? I feel like that's important, but I don't know what it means. Like the silver, we've never heard of anyone having silver hair, and it's a silver braid to be specific. That's interesting. I bet that's going to come into play later. I'm on chapter 8, and I'm confused. I don't understand what's going on with the ward stones or whatever they're trying to do. I think like they were making it to where the flyers can wield. I'm pretty sure that's what I comprehended from that, but I don't understand how. I'm confused a little bit, but I'm just trying to like stay here. I'm just a little bit confused. I feel like she like jumped us in and like didn't give us any backstory, and we're just kind of like slowly figuring it out. But like I'm not mad about it. I feel like I'll understand it soon. I'm just like not smart enough to understand it before it's literally told to me. So, oh my gosh, I hate Dane's dad. He's so annoying. He literally just said, I have no son, straight to Dane's face. Straight to his face. Not too much of my boy, okay? I'm allowed to hate on Dane, and so is every other reader, but not his own father. Like, he needs to chill. You know? Oh, it makes me mad. Okay, so my theory could be correct because she just had another nightmare. But it's like, doesn't make sense to be a nightmare because literally Kat is there and she's saying, I need you for some reason, I don't know. And she literally says, don't make me try to leave you because I can't. I can't leave you. Hello? And then Violet's finding like this picture of her family that I didn't even know existed. And she says to Kat, you have to live. He'll choose you. I know he will. You're the future queen of Tyrandor, and your people need you. What kind of nonsense is that? This could very well be just a normal nightmare, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, because like, why would Violet ever say that to Kat? And why would Kat be like, I need you? Like, I don't understand that yet. Or it could be what I said, and like Violet could potentially be seeing the future through her dreams. Because like this like is the first dream that like wouldn't make sense to be Xaden's. I know some people thought like Violet was seeing Xaden's dreams, but this like doesn't make sense to be Xaden's. Like Xaden would never say anything like that. I think Violet is truly having nightmares or dreams that like show her the future. Hello? Is this thing on? Tarn better not be... Tarn better live. Like there's no way he dies this early into the book. Like there's no way. Jeez. The bond goes dark. Like that is something I never want to see again or read again. I need to read this so I make sure he's alive. Like he has to be alive because Violet would be like dying now. Like she would know, I feel like. Yeah, she just said I would know, right? Okay, we're good. That's what I figured. But the fact that he put his wings around Violet to protect her, I love him. Okay, I think we're about to find out Garrett's signet, and before I turn the next page to maybe spoil it, I don't even know, my prediction now is that he is a distance wielder or something like that. Like he can cross distances really fast because Violet said he should have been with Xaden at least 8 hours away, and then she asked him, how did you get here? And then Garrick says, it's not important. I believe it is, sir. I think he can either, I don't know, not time travel. I think he can, whatever, cross distances really fast. I'm turning the page, let's see if I'm correct, or if they don't tell me literally anything. Yeah, May saw us leave maybe 40 minutes ago, and you're already here. You're a wind wielder. Oh, we do know his signet? Wait, I didn't know he was a wind wielder. Did we know that? Garrick? I thought we didn't know his signet. See, this is why I need, like, this for everybody. Because I don't know people's dragons or signets. And Garrick's not on here. Maybe I'm just stupid, and we've known that. But I swear, wind wielder. I don't remember. Okay, so maybe Garrick has a second signet, because Violet just basically told us that. She said, second signet, my gaze starts toward Garrick, but a glance is all I can afford with the dark wielder sauntering toward us. So I think she's figuring it out too, that like maybe Garrick has a second signet and he's a distance wielder or whatever it's called. Okay, my mind just keeps going. Maybe. So you know how there's been talk of the original 6 like so often? Like I've been trying to pay attention to that as well because I feel like that's going to be important. And earlier they had mentioned that there hadn't been a lightning wielder or shadow wielder that live concurrently together in like years and years and years, generations. And maybe this silver-haired girl was originally part of the main six, maybe. And I don't know if they didn't die. Have we discussed that? Well, we know they die. I mean, like, do they age and die with time, or can they use power from the earth to like keep them from aging? Because if so, she could be one of the original six that was a lightning wielder. The lightning wielder from the original six, and then she turned venom? Too many theories, too many things going on in my brain. I just need answers. Theophany? That's the silver-haired girl's name. Huh? She goes, now tell me, which chose you first? The one who gifted you the power of the sky or the Irid? Huh? Are we about to find out her second signet? Okay, so Irid is what Indarna is. That's her breed. That's what her breed is called, I guess. Thought they were going to tell us her signet, her second signet early, but I guess that's wishful thinking. And then also the or we can call her Theophany. Can I just call her Theo? I'm just going to call her Theo because it's too long. We learned that she said, sometimes I forget just how short mortal memory can be. And then Violet thinks mortal as opposed to what? Immortal? How old is she? So maybe I'm right. And maybe venom can become immortal or at least ageless if they take from the earth. And maybe this Theo girl is one of the original six. Apparently, it's Irid. Indarna's breed is an Irid, short for iridescent, which I never would have come to that conclusion on my own, so glad Riddick was slow like me. And then now Xaden is a professor. I don't know. I'm on chapter 14, 22%. I'm liking it a lot. I feel like I'm liking it more than Iron Flame, just based off the beginning and like the vibes. And I feel like this one's gonna have like some kick to it, you know, either good or bad, I don't know. Xaden as a professor. I'm interested, but now Violet's like, well, we can't date because you're a professor. Who cares? Who cares? Not me. Who cares? Guys, this is giving. I'm so happy. It's giving, like Fourth Wing was giving. I'm giggling, kicking my feet. I'm giddy. I'm so in love. I'm only 26% in. It's just Xaden. Like, Xaden and Riddick. If anything ever happens to Riddick, I feel like Xaden is kind of safe because, like, if he dies, Violet dies, or at least they're safe, like, for now. Anything happens to Riddick, I love Riddick. He's so funny. Like, he brings the sarcastic humor to every function. Every time he opens his mouth, I'm laughing. So, we need Riddick. And then Xaden, of course, is Xaden. I gotta find this quote I highlighted. It was so good. Oh, this. They're talking and Violet goes, and he's not my boyfriend. And then Xaden in her mind goes, agreed, that's far too casual a term for what we are. Yes. Yesterday I got up to chapter 20, 32%. And I will say, jealous Xaden is so good, so funny. I didn't know we were gonna get some jealousy from Xaden in this book, but I'm obsessed with it. And I think it's so interesting that how Xaden's emotions are like kind of more heightened and like it's harder for him to control it because he's venom. So when he's jealous, he's like jealous. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I feel like maybe if his emotions like weren't like that, I don't know if I'd like it as much because sometimes like I get annoyed with the jealousy trope, but in this case like it makes sense. So I'm glad like that's how it was done. Also, I'm still teetering on if I like trust Dane and like Dane. I feel like we're supposed to kind of start to forgive him and like understand him and like him now because of like his dad is so terrible. But it's like we can't really blame Dane fully for just like being, what is it called, gaslit and like, I want to say like mind controlled in a way, but I know that's not the right word I'm thinking of, but just like following his dad and like not thinking anything of it. And now he's like realizing that his dad's kind of a bad person. So I kind of forgive Dane a little bit. I just like don't hate him. I hate his dad. So it's like, okay, you're fine for now. Just like you're on a tight leash and don't mess anything up. Like you already did strike 1 and 2, so you got 1 more left. before I completely write you off. I just read the chapter of when they're going to, I don't know the place, some place to like get the amulet that Kat knows about so she can like trade it with some other person to like get books or something. That's like the scope of my comprehension. Like I don't know anything beyond that, but like I kind of get the plot in a way. Two people die and I was like, oh my gosh, that was intense. Like people are dying. Like this is real war. People are dying. I don't really mind the two people that died though. It's like, it's fine. I'm not gonna grieve them. Also, yesterday I went to Costco and literally all I could think about is going home to continue reading this book. Like that's how you know it's really good, when it consumes every thought you've ever had, and when you're not reading your book, all you can think about is going home to read your book. So. Last night I was reading and I was like, I'll just read a few chapters and hit the hay. No, I ended up staying up till 12, like midnight, and reading, which is something I never ever do. I literally fall asleep by like 10 p.m. at the latest usually. But last night I could not stop reading because things were happening. I have notes, I have a list to discuss with you because I couldn't really film and like show my reactions because my fiance was asleep in bed next to me and we had the dogs and it had just been like a lot. So, but Cortland being literally crazy with his panthers, I was not expecting that scene at all. Like that was crazy. And then Halden being so annoying, but then Eric being a slay and coming out and being like, hey, I'll just be your royal person that you need for your quest now. Like we can get rid of Halden and I'll do it. Slay Eric. I love him. I like don't know where he is headed, but I really like Eric. Like he's just a really great character. I'm glad that we were introduced to him. Okay, now they're at a new aisle. Fast forward. Now we're at a new aisle, the one about knowledge and like wisdom and stuff. And Violet literally saw someone with brunette hair that goes to silver just like hers in a braid. So that has me thinking, has me questioning, has me confused. And then some people just have full on silver. Some people have like silver streaks. I hope we get answers though, because I'm very curious about that. Then we meet Xaden's mom. I'm trying to whisper because like my mom is in the other room. I don't want her to hear me and get spoiled. Hopefully she's not. But we literally meet his mom. I did not expect that. However, no, I did. I didn't expect it right then. But at the beginning of this video, if you remember, I said I think we'll learn more about his mom because we literally know nothing about her. And the fact that this woman left Xaden on his 13th birthday after making him chocolate cake, and that's his favorite food. Like I highlighted that as soon as she had like mentioned something about chocolate cake. And I was like, oh my god, that's Xaden's favorite food because he says that to Violet in Fourth Wing. I remember that clearly because I was like, that's kind of a random food to be like, that's my favorite food. It's because of his mom. Like that is so sad and so sweet, but so heartbreaking because she's kind of terrible. Not as terrible as her husband. Can we talk about the test? Oh my god, thank god Violet is so smart because... And then Garrick almost... It's too much stress. Like me last night was like not being able to go to sleep because so much was happening and I was just like reading. Violet, I love her so much. I always have loved her, but I love her so much in this book because she's finally like confident. She's assured of herself. She's like knows her strengths and she feels strong, and like you can tell like she knows she's a bad bee, you know, like she knows, she's aware, and she's not playing, she's not messing around. I'm on chapter 38. They just landed at this new aisle and like these people are like waving at them and like excited that they're there, which is weird because every other aisle they've gone to, like people have been running, screaming, and not very welcoming. And so they're all kind of confused, and then they land and immediately Tarn can feel the magic there. So I'm interested in where that's going as well, and I'm scared for Xaden because as we have seen throughout this book, he's been slipping and I'm nervous. Seriously, they had to kill Traeger? Like really? I was just beginning to be happy and not annoyed with Kat because she's finally with someone else and like not trying to steal Xaden from Violet all the time or whatever. Like I was actually like, oh, they're bonding, they're friends now. Now she's gonna be pissed. and I don't blame her. And technically that could have been anyone. Like anyone could have pulled the arrow card, which is crazy. Ignore the terrible lighting. I'm trying to like stay awake, but now the dreams are really starting to confuse me. I don't know if it's like Xaden's dreams and Violet's signet is just her being able to have other people's dreams or see other people's dreams, or if they're Violet's dreams and Xaden can kind of see them because he's an intrinsic. I literally just read a little bit more and now Xaden has figured out that Violet is seeing his dreams, or he says specifically, "You were in my dream," which is interesting. I don't know. That's crazy. I hope we're getting some more info. Dreamwalker? So they're both forms of intrinsic? It's time to finish this book. I can't put it off any longer. I need to finish it. I'm at 83%. It's just time. I need to finish it. I put back on my Fourth Wing shirt to just have this last moment of reading Onyx Storm. I just need to finish it. I'm scared to. Like, all of a sudden, I don't want to read it because I don't want it to end, and I don't want to see if anything bad happens. Like, where I'm at, I could just end and I could be happy. No one has died. And everything seems okay, except for, like, Xaden, you know, obviously. He's not cured or whatever, but however, I know I can't just not finish the book. Like, I obviously need to know what happens, and I'm scared. Like, I feel like Rebecca always ends on, like, a little cliffhanger. Let's just stop yapping and read because I need to finish. I'm sorry. And Darna's not about to leave, is she? I should have just stopped reading. I should have just... the book should have ended. There's no way she just left. I'm conflicted in my feelings about this. Like, am I mad at her? Am I happy for her? Am I mad and happy for her? So Violet was dedicated to a temple? Whatever that means. That's why her hair is half silver? But I guess we're still not really sure what that even means yet. I don't know. Is she about to kill Mira? Is Mira about to die? Why couldn't it have been Brennan? Like, I'm more connected to Mira than Brennan. I like Brennan. I don't trust him though, and I would rather him die. Okay, thank God. We think Mira's fine. Thank you, Brennan, I guess. And Dane. Shocking revelation. However, we need to talk about Eric because, like, he made Sloane go there and bring Violet a package and said, "You'll need this." We don't know the packages yet. We haven't gone there. Violet has conveniently forgotten about it. We don't know Eric's signet, so maybe he just knows things. Or maybe he's just really smart. We're getting Rhiannon's POV. I'm scared. We're still, like, only 92%. Why are we already getting another person's point of view? I'm scared. Okay, I'm actually kind of eating up these different POVs. I'm about to read Imogen's, but, like, if we're going to be getting other people's POVs, give me Indarna's. Where is she at? What is she thinking? What is she doing? I want to read that one. Or Riddick's. Ugh, I would kill for a Riddick POV. Like, I love Imogen, but, like, I don't need her POV. But I get why we got Rhiannon's, and now Imogen is, like, somewhere else. She's not with Rhiannon and everyone, and Riddick is, so, like, it makes sense. I would really love and kill for a Riddick POV. Also, we need Indarna's. Okay, let's see what Imogen has to say. I'm laughing because I'm crying. Like, I literally have tears in my eyes. Oh my god. Indarna! Yes, I knew she would come back. I knew it. I'm stressed. Xaden. See, that's not a good sign. Whenever we get Xaden's POV, it's usually because Violet is, like, knocked out or something. Frickin' Pancheck. Like, really? Really, Pancheck? Really? They're married? That is so smart. But Xaden had to have been planning this because that emerald has been missing from the sword for a while. You're joking. I finished? What the frick? Imogen? I feel like crying, but, like, I'm not sad. I'm just so overwhelmed. I feel like my thoughts are still racing a little bit, but I don't think they're gonna, like, slow down or stop just because we're, like, left without, like, answers for Onyx Storm, so figured I'd just go ahead and get what's off my chest now. First off, Onyx Storm. it's gonna take me forever to like digest that ending. I did not see like that coming. I knew Imogen's like mind erasing would come into play eventually because it's too strong of like a signet to like not, but I did not expect it to be with Violet and for Violet to be like telling her to erase her memories, because the last thing Imogen says is like, and the last thing that we see is like Violet asking Imogen, what did you do? And then Imogen being like, what you told me to do, or like what you asked me to do. So Violet like clearly was aware of what was happening with Xaden. I'm sure she like agreed to getting married because I doubt he would ever marry her without like her consent. And so then they get married, something else crazy happens, and then she tells Imogen to erase her memories, probably because it's safer for everyone if she doesn't know or doesn't remember. But it's just crazy. I did not expect that, and I'm scared for Xaden. Like, he is fully not an initiate villain now. He's like more of a whatever the next tier is. I feel like I'm still left with so many questions, which is fair because it's not the end of the series, but oh my gosh, this book was so good though. Like, throughout the whole entire book I was entertained. I was so into it. I was confused at parts, at points. I was lost at some points, and a lot of my theories were wrong. But some of them were right. Like the fact that we met Xaden's mother and Darna coming back. Thank God she came back. I knew she would, but it's like, why leave in the first place? I don't know. I hope we get more about that. I would kill for an Darna POV, like I said. Oh, we figured out why her hair was silver. Apparently her parents had dedicated her, or like tried to dedicate her, or at least like intended to dedicate her, or at least, okay, I keep saying her parents, but really her dad. They wouldn't fully allow it because her future is not set yet. Like, they're not sure if she's gonna turn basically or not, which I feel like makes sense. Like, I thought maybe she would turn in this book, but like it wasn't 100%. I'm glad she didn't. I hope she never does, but that's just crazy. And the whole like villain, we learned so much about the villain in this book. Like, that's crazy. I still like feel like we know who the sage is, but I don't know. I don't have any guesses on that. And all of the like marked ones having another signet, didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming at all, but it makes sense as well. There's just so much in this book that I loved and adored, and there's just so much thought that goes into it. It's crazy to me how someone can just write this and for it to all like go together and make sense and like be a whole entire world. It's insane to me. But I had such a good time reading this. This book definitely was better to me than Iron Flame. This one kind of fell short for me, at least the first time that I read it. But I will say, rereading it, I enjoyed it so much more and I had a newfound love for it. And I felt like it was better on the reread. And I did listen to the audiobook like you saw, but I feel like even if I read it with my eyes, it would have been better than the first time. But I do think on the reread, we get a lot of information in this book that's helpful. And we also see the growth between Xaden and Violet. And I did like it better on the reread. I ended up giving this one a 4-star. I know I'm going so out of order, sorry. Gave Fourth Wing a 5-star. This one will always, I feel like, be a 5-star for me, which is crazy. Usually when I reread 5-star books, they don't stay 5 stars, but this one definitely did. And then I have to give Onyx Storm a 5-star as well. This book was so good. I like tried to like take my time with it, but at the same time I raced through most of it, and then at the end I kind of took my time because I knew something crazy was coming. It was so good. I feel like we got so much information, but I feel like I still want more. I know the series isn't complete, but like, I don't know, I already want to reread this book, which is crazy. So 5 stars. I'm gonna be thinking about it for a while. Thank you for coming along with me while I read the Empyrean series, at least what's out right now. I had such a good time, and now I'm gonna be sad for the next 2 years because apparently that's how long we have to wait for the next book. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you again so much for watching, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more reading vlogs from me, and I'll see you very, very soon in my next video.